Good evening, everyone. Please confirm my voice is audible and my screen is visible. Docker network, we put a Docker, just I'm zooming the screen. Docker network ls. This is the command to list how many networks are present. So, okay, so there are this, and this was our network that we had created, mynet. Okay, but there was one problem that we resolved the problem that two containers were like communicating with each other. But the another problem came upon that was persistency of the data. What does it means? That whenever I am typing something, that it was a note app. Now two this app two tier flask app was our note app, and whenever we were typing the note, it was getting stored in our database. But when I am restarting the container, or when I am deleting the container, restarting it, the Docker the my data was unable to persist or unable to save. It was just vanished out there. Okay, so for that, to resolve that, we will do today. We will just learn a Docker volume concept. Okay. So before that, just want to tell you about the Docker volume. Just listen, guys. Uh, our Docker container are temporary. Why temporary? What is mean by temporary? That whenever we restart the container or when we delete the container and again we restart the container, whatever the data present in our MySQL container or whatever the data present in our container, it will be get vanished. It will just just create a new start for the container. Okay, getting? Are you able to understand this? So to resolve this problem, to persist the data, we use the Docker volume. Okay, now I will show you the command for Docker network and Docker volume both are the same. See, Docker volume ls to list the Docker volume. So see, there are some volumes are there, and this is my mine. There is in the Docker volume there is no any type of or any kind of Docker. See, so this is my first command to check that how many volumes are there. So there is Docker volume ls are there. Okay. Now I will create my own Docker volume for our that flask two tier flask app to persist the data. So Docker volume create. I will give a name mysql hyphen data. So this is the name I am giving then for creating a new volume. Now what this is the entity. MySQL data is a kind of entity. Now what does it by entity? See how the Docker volume works. Basically it mount it like whenever we are storing something, we store at a particular path. Okay. So I am just creating the entity, and this entity will help me to store my data on a particular path in my local host. Getting what I said? I'm repeating the statement. Docker volume, what will do? Whatever the data I am just typing on that project. Yes, I'm repeating the statement. Don't worry. Whatever the data, guys, please try to join as early as fast so that you will able to get. Okay. Okay, listen. I'm telling you one more time. Why we are using a Docker volume? To persist our data, to store our data, so that whenever I restart the container or whenever I just restart my container or whenever I create my new container, my Docker volume, like my data will get, my data should be persist or preserved. Okay. What happened? My voice is not audible to you. Audible, no? Yeah. There are some guys, they are showing down some. So please, if you have any doubt, we'll clear it after this completion of the Docker volume. Just have a patience. Just have a patience. There are many learners. There are around 600 learners are here. So if I take each and every doubt, so it will be more time consuming. So be patient. Okay, listen. So what I'm telling, Docker volume is used to persist the data. Now, how it persists the data? Basically, it create an entity. And what is entity? See, here is the entity. I am creating an entity, one kind. That name is MySQL data. So Docker volume create an entity whose name is MySQL data. Now, what this MySQL data will do? It will mount a path. We'll use some kind of path. It will mount a path, and in that path, it will store the entire data in our local machine. Okay, means basically Docker volume is integrated with our local, and it will store the data, whatever like I will write in that note, whatever the data I will write in my app, it will store in the my local machine. Okay, just have a patience, you will able to understand. Let me create my entity. See, so Docker volume create MySQL data, and if I put enter, see MySQL data is created, and if I do here Docker volume ls, so you can able to see there is a MySQL data. Okay, are you able to get these two commands? Docker volume ls and Docker volume create name of the entity. Okay. In interview, In further, if you are moving towards the DevOps, and in further, if the interviewer asks you, what does the this mean by like Docker volume create, and what does you give the name? You please don't say this is we are giving the name. It call it an entity. Okay, an entity. Great. Now see, if I do, if just I'm clearing the screen, Docker volume ls, and if I do Docker inspect and this MySQL data, if I inspect this, so you can able to see mount point where lib Docker volume MySQL data. So at this point, it will mount my entire data. See this entity help. It is showing the path where to mount my data. So this is the path. Here we'll mount. So we'll what we'll do slash where slash will and use the MySQL. So here we can mount our data. Getting what I mean to say about Docker volume. See, I show you a mount volume mount also. Now you are able to get that. So it will mount the entire data in a particular part. That's why we are using the entity known as the Docker MySQL data. Okay, great. Now, now, just okay. Getting how I created volume. Are you able to understand how I created the volume? Good, good, good. Now, just I'm clearing the screen and I'm checking the Docker images. So there are the images for my front that we had created. Okay. And okay, it is showing 15 minutes. I deleted it and I recreated it. And here's the MySQL image also. Okay. Now I will create a container. So you remember that day I have stored this on my notepad. Here in the notepad, these are the commands. I will just copy this. Okay. This is now like whoever the new people who are here, you won't able to understand what I'm doing right now. You just write down what is able to see. This is for all the old people who attended my session here day before yesterday and the previous sessions. Okay. So if you are showing me down thumb, so like you are a new people here right now. Okay. Just a second, guys. Okay. So I'm just running this command. So for this command, there is no volume. So I will just specify the volume and remember, keep remember, we create volume. Listen, guys, we create volume only for a storage application or only for the application who use for the storage. Don't use for your real application like front end and back end. Just use the volume for your uh, MySQL or MongoDB. Those application who are used to store something, for that application only you need to use the volume. Okay, getting what I'm saying? Otherwise you will Okay, otherwise you will use volume everywhere. I will show you when we will create when we will create a Docker component. You will get the idea. Or now you can see. So this was the command which was used to run my MySQL container. So here what I need to specify here I need to specify two things. First is my network. So hyphen network, because there is no specific. We didn't mention networking. Network mynet. Okay. And just I'm zooming the screen, zooming out the screen. See, here I specify the network. Now what I need to specify, I need to specify the volume. Okay, how we will specify the volume in our container? Simple, -v. This is the tag for specify the volume. What was our entity name? MySQL data. Okay, colon slash var slash lib slash MySQL. See, which means the MySQL entity will store the entire data in this format. See, when I show you the Docker inspect and the MySQL entity, inside that you saw that mount path mount or a mount path. There you will able to see this path slash var slash lib Docker and something. Okay, but what we will store? We will store here slash var slash lib and we'll create one new folder name as a MySQL there. Getting how I'm just providing volume to my Docker container. Getting? Okay, just give me a thumbs and hearts fast. Good. Okay, many of you understand, many of you don't understand. I will repeat the concept. Don't worry. Just have a patience. Okay, see. Now this was the command to run my Docker MySQL container. Here I specify for one thing which was a network and another thing is a volume. To specify the volume, I use a -v MySQL data. What was this MySQL data? This was the name for my entity, colon slash where slash sleep MySQL. This is the path. This is the mounting path. Now where I got this mounting path? Okay, just I am showing you this thing. Docker inspect, see, Docker inspect, you can able to see mount path slash where slash sleep, and here is a one Docker file, a Docker container. Inside a Docker container there is a volume MySQL data. What I am doing, I am using slash where slash sleep, and here I am somewhere creating one folder known as the MySQL, and there I am storing my entire data. Getting what I, why I am using the slash where and slash sleep. Okay, so and it is the just a mandatory and the simple process. Whenever you want to persist your data in MySQL, just use the same method, slash where slash if MySQL. That's it. Getting? Just keep remind. No, there is no any rocket science. There is no need to like use your brain much more. Just write slash where slash if MySQL to persist your data in the container. Okay, great. Now, okay, I guess that command is got vanished. Okay, just I'm writing one more time here. See, this is my command to run, and just I'm specifying here uh, hyphen network which is my net, and hyphen volume. Okay, the hyphen v is for volume, and hyphen network to specify the network. Don't get confused. And we need to specify network. We need to specify network in both the container if there are two container, and volume for only the storage purpose container. Okay, that is my SQL. So hyphen v, then the name for my entity, MySQL data. Okay, if you are able to see, this is my entity. Then I'm giving the path colon slash uh, where slash lib slash MySQL. Okay. Okay. So hyphen p 3306 is the port number, and MySQL latest is the image. Okay, you can able to see there is the MySQL image already present in my local system. Now new people won't understand what I am doing. So just have a patience and please write down what I am doing. Okay. Now I'm just putting the enter here and creating the container for MySQL. Okay. If I do Docker PS, you can able to see my container, MySQL container is up and it is working fine. Okay. Now I will just create the container for my this uh, for my front Flask app. Okay. And here I will just specify. Now here what I will do, here I just need to specify the network. Here I don't need not need to specify any kind of volume because it is the front end application. Getting everyone? Just give me a like. Getting everyone? There I'm just specifying the network and not specify any kind of volume. Okay. Volume is specified only for the storage purpose and the persisting the data. Great. Okay. So here hyphen network is equals to mynet. Great. Okay. And this was my network. I'm just putting enter here and it is created one container. If I do Docker PS, and you can able to see my container, this front one container is also up and working fine. It is the name for the container. Okay. And it is working very fine. If I go on my, if I go here and here, and if I just copy this uh, external IP, please guys don't rush on this external IP as I am doing anywhere. And at port number 5000, you can able to see my application is working, and yes, hello. And it is entirely storing. And if I go to my database, Docker exec hyphen IT. I told you how to enter in your database. That day only I told you Docker exec hyphen IT, ID of your container, then bin slash bash. This is the command to go inside your container. You can see able to see here is a bash. That means I'm inside my container, and here I will do MySQL hyphen u root hyphen p, and the password was I guess root. And yes, and I will use okay, just I will show database, and here I will use MyDB And if I show tables, so here is a message: select star from table. These are the basic MySQL commands. So I hope you don't have any doubt in here. And you can see hello. The message is got enter here. Okay. And now we are using the now we one more message here. We will check after creating Docker compose.yaml. Okay. So yes, yes, I okay. Okay, so this was just, yes, I'm exiting the screen and I'm showing you the commands here one more time. Okay, just a minute. Okay, the message got entered here. I'm doing the clean history. You can able to find this was the command I have used today. And whoever wants to write, please write down the fast. Okay, so this is the command for this how the volume is created now. Just a minute, guys. Are you able to understand why I use the volume? Now, I didn't show you the proof. Like when we will restart our container, that my data will persist or not. We will do that in when we'll create a Docker compose file. Just have a patience. Okay, just have a patience. Now I will create a Docker compose file. Now see, this was the concept for the volume. Nothing much more you need to know about the volume. Volume we are using because we need to persist our data in our storage application. Okay. And how we will persist? We will create one entity, and that entity will be yes, that entity will be mask or mount that data in the particular path. As I show you /var/lib/mysql. This was my path where I want to persist my data. Okay. Now please write down these commands, whichever commands you want to write for the new candidates. And if you are old also, please write down this command. I will give you more 2 minutes. Okay. And please confirm the screen is visible to everyone. Okay, just a second, guys. The screen is visible to everyone and the font size is okay. Can I keep this font size? Okay, so like if you are unable to see from this font size also, then please go to hospital and check your eyes. Okay, please write down. Just write down the main command, right? Docker build used for building the application. Docker network create used to create the network. Docker volume you create used to create the network and volume and its entity. Then this was the command used to run my application. Now, like now we will move towards a Docker file. Just I will give you 2 more minutes to write down the commands. Get write down please. Now, whoever the old people or whoever the attended my previous session, they were able to understand how this command came. Okay. New people, please write down the commands. And whenever there will be new batch for you, in that we'll discuss it. And this is the command to enter into your in your MySQL container. How Docker exec -it. -it means interactive in the interactive terminal. And this is the ID. Don't write down this ID. Bin bash. Okay. Getting? Okay. Fine. Can I move forward? Can we start Docker Compose now? Clearing the screen. ls. And clear Docker ps. Now you can able to see these are my two containers. I'm just making their service term. Docker stop and the container ID. How I'm stopping the container? By simple command docker stop and container ID. Okay. And this is the command. And for if you see Docker ps-a, there are your dead containers. See, the container got execute. To remove these all containers, we will put a Docker system prune. This is the command which will remove your all the dead containers. Enter and put y. Okay, so these were the command which were told you earlier also. Okay, if anyone wants to write this command, write down this first Docker ps and Docker stop and Docker ps-a and Docker system prune to remove the dead containers. Okay, I'm just clearing the screen. Don't worry, at the end you will provide it with all the history of my commands. Okay. Now, have you noticed that whenever I'm stopping the container, my network is getting deleted. Okay, if I show you Docker network ls, see, sorry, Docker networks. Okay, networks, not it's network. Sorry. See, whenever I'm just deleting my container, there is no network. Earlier you were able to see there was mynet kind of network was there something, but I just deleted my container and there is no network. But if I see here Docker volume ls, no, there is my SQL data, which means my data is getting persist, which means whatever I'm writing in that container, it will be stored now. Okay, getting. Now I will show you, I will give a proof. I just deleted my container and now we will create a new container using the Docker Compose, and we'll see that it's actually there is a data inside my MySQL container or not. Getting till this much? Are you able to understand? Now, so okay, so listen, what happens now? I just deleted my Docker container, stop and remove my entire container. Okay, so whenever I am removing my entire container, I need to specify, I need to create volume again. Then I need to run this command again and again. And it is like why I'm creating volume again and again and running my that command, that this kind of command, this big command again and again. No, sir, we are not getting fun in that. We want something like that in one, like just like a button, like how we switch on and switch off our fan by using our button. To if we press off, the fan will be stopped, and if we press on, the fan will be on. Sir, we want like that something. So for that, we will create a Docker Compose file. Okay, getting? So using the Docker Compose, using a one command, I will I will give my service will be get on, and using Docker Compose down. By using this command, my service will be get down. Getting why I am using the Docker Compose. Okay. So whenever you move in, like whenever you create any product into Docker and whenever you deploy any application using a Docker, just create a Docker. Yes, yes, I will repeat one more time. Don't worry. Whenever you deploy your application inside Docker, must create a Docker volume, a Docker Compose. Okay, Docker Compose file must be there. Okay, just listen now. Why what is Docker Compose? We have a multiple containers. Like if application is there, like our application is two-tier application. There are the two container. That is, one is MySQL container and another is our another container is which one, our front end container. Two containers are there. Okay, what was our first problem? These two container are isolated. That's why we use Docker network topic. To persist the data, we use a Docker volume concept. Okay, now what I want, sir, I don't want to use this command. I don't want to use this command, sir. Like how I will remember this whole command, like, and these are command I need to save on a notepad or somewhere. Sir, now I want that in one command my application will get up, and in one command my application will get down. Just imagine, uh, in your home there is a fan and there is a button. When you click button on, the fan starts to work. Okay, the fan is working. And when you put your button off, the fan stop. In similarly, we will create a Docker Compose. Docker Compose is a body, uh, is a steps of code in which we configure our application, and using a one command, that command will be Docker Compose up. Using this command, we will up our application, and using Docker Compose down, we will pull down our application. Like now my application is unable to access. See, if I do here refresh, okay, see, it is showing buffering and buffering. Now this will won't access by on this IP. But sir, I want a command, or I want some kind of tool. Docker Compose is also a tool, which is a subset of Docker. Okay, don't get confused. I will show you. Can I move forward? Can I just show you how to install a Docker Compose? Okay. If you are unable to get theory, that's why I'm giving you practical knowledge. Because if I if I start telling you theory, DevOps in the theory, you won't unable to understand. That's why I design a content and I'm giving you a practical. Okay. Just have a patience. Just have a patience. I promise you. See, you just complained that we were unable to understand Docker network and Docker volume. Now we are able to understand the Docker network and Docker volume. Similarly, now you are complaining that we are unable to understand Docker Compose. Just have a patience, you will able to understand Docker Compose also. Just see. So our first command, just I am creating. So first command is sudo apt get install docker compose hyphen v2. Earlier there was a command to install a docker, which what was that sudo apt get install docker.io. It was the command to use to install the docker. Now there is a command sudo apt get install docker compose hyphen v2, and if I press here enter, it will install a docker compose. Write down this command. Okay, my docker compose is got installed. If I do here docker compose, you can able to find, see, these are some, it is showing some options and commands it is showing. See, here are also commands are there. Getting? This was my command to install a docker compose. Just write down it. Sudo apt install docker compose. Okay. And why we are using the docker compose? To manage the multiple container in a single YAML file. What is YAML? YAML is a kind of language, or it is a kind of format for the file. Okay, just like you save your Python in .py format. You save your Java application in .java format. Okay, JS application in .js application. Similarly, we save our Docker compose in YAML format. Getting? It is a kind of format. YAML, YAML or YAML. Just a second, I need to check. There is any word for YAML? Okay. No, it's kind of format, guys. You can search on the Google what is a YAML, you will able to understand. It is just a format. Okay. Getting? See. Now this was the command. I installed Docker, and you can able to check when you install Docker, you just put the Docker compose and you can able to see that my Docker compose is working. Just I'm clearing the screen. Now I'm creating what I'm creating Docker. Before that, we'll just create a basic file. Okay, that for that we have three projects we had done till now. Okay, we'll use our Amazon Notes app. Okay, so cd Amazon Notes app, and I will move here, and if I do ls, and if we see it's Docker file, just I'm showing a Docker file that day we created. This was our first project that day we created for the newcomers also. Okay, so this is for my this is for our simple node app application. It is running on port number 3000. Okay, for this we'll create one Docker compose file. Okay, so what I will do, vim docker vim, what is mean? Vim editor. It will, like how we used I was using vim docker file. That's in the same way, vim docker compose dot yaml. It is used to create one docker compose dot yaml file. Getting? I'm creating a one file using the Vim editor. Vim editor, Vim is used for the Linux. It's a kind of Vim editor. Okay, it is a basic, guys, and you know little bit about the Linux and all. Like it is in the engineering only. Okay, Vim docker compose dot yaml. So I'm just creating one compose file, and see, you can able to see my the D for my Docker. It is small. Okay, and for the Docker file, the D would be in the uppercase, capital. Getting? I'm just creating enter. Okay, I just activated you. Okay, see. Once you enter into your Vim editor, just press a I button in your keyboard so that you can able to see your insert. Then only you are able to type something on there. Okay. Otherwise, many of you will be get confused, sir. We are using Vim editor, but I am unable to type in that. For that, you need to press the I button to insert something. Okay, great. Now we'll create a Docker file. Just I'm zooming the screen. For Docker file, first it is started from the name keyword service, because we require a service here. Okay, services colon. Now, what is our services? The services can be for my front end. The service can be for my back end. The service can be for my MySQL. The service can be for my MongoDB. Getting what I'm saying? Why I use services there? Because we need to access the service now. What are we doing? We are accessing our services in production. We are accessing our front end, which is a service, our back end, which is a service at a production. That's why I just put their services. Okay, this is the first keyword, services. Now I will give an object name, which will be kind of something app. This is the object name. In the services, there is an object known as the app. Okay, write down this first step. How you will write? First, I just write on whatever I till vim editor you reach, then write services and equals to this is my service. There will be the services like MySQL front end back end. Then inside the services, when I put here this colon and put a enter, it will automatically indent. Okay, and there this is my app. App means I'm just giving the object name. You can give anything, not only app. You can give my name also. Just I'm typing a Swayam. I'm just typing a Swayam. Swayam is the kind of object for this service. Getting, getting. Okay, I am just creating the service, guys, and inside the service, I am providing the one object, and inside that object, I will specify my container name, my image name, my environments, my everything. Okay, have a patience. I will come again to you. Don't worry. Okay, see, my first work was just specify the service. My second work was giving the object name. That is, I just specify my name as a Swayam. Okay, now it is called indented. Okay, just I'm here. Swayam and colon. Now, see, again it is get indented. See, it is showing indented. Automatically, it will get indented. Now, inside Swayam, I will just specify the image. What image? For example, my app image. I am just I want like this is our note app now. So we will create a note app. Don't worry. We'll just specify the image or wait. Just I'm moving here and just I'm building one image because for this application we didn't build any image. If you see Docker images, there is a image for our old. This is the image for our 2-tier Flask app, but it is the Amazon Q note app. This is the entire different project. Just I am creating the image Docker build -t Amazon dot. So this is my image name. I'm just creating. Okay, it will just enter down. Just have a patient. Okay, this is the same step, guys. I'm just building the image. Okay, you have any doubt in here? No, no. Just I want image. That's why I forgot to build that image in Amazon. So that's why I'm just building the image here. Okay, it will build. See, successfully it is built the image. And if I do Docker images here, you can able to see there is an Amazon image. Now we will again move to our compose, and here I specify our image name, Amazon latest. Getting? See, service, inside the service I specify one object. Inside that object I have specified the image. What was my image? My image is Amazon latest. Now second, I will specify the container name. See how I'm writing container underscore name. And what will be my container name? My app, our favorite, my app. Okay. Getting? These 2 steps are clear. These 3 steps are clear. B says why S? Because there can be multiple services. No? There can be service for front end. There can be service for back end. That was services. Then I created the object for each service. This is the object for my front end service. Okay, that's just I'm giving specify the name. Okay, Swayam. Then I am just writing the name image, and that was my Amazon Q latest. Container name, I am just specifying container name. This name and this name have a different. Don't get confused that the Swayam is also container. No, this is the object name, and this is my actual container name. Okay. Now next thing, I want the ports. As ports, and here hyphen, and at port 3000, my application is working. Getting? I specify the ports. See, if you're able to see this, like this is not a like this is for a as my application right now, it is a single tier only. I am not showing you for this application. For our 2-tier application, it is only a single tier application. It's an entire different application, and it is a basic compose file I had written. Okay, are you able to understand the steps? First, I specify the service, then I specify the object name, and inside the object name, I specify the image, and inside the image name, I specify the container name, and then I specify the port. Are you able to understand? Okay, great. Just I am saving this. To save this, just press escape :WQ. See here, you can able to see here. Escape, when you press escape is a keyword in your keyboard. Escape :WQ, and you can able to save the file. And if you see here ls, so here is your Docker compose file is there. Okay. So previously what we were doing, Docker run -d hyphen name, something, what name we had given, my app name where we were giving, port at port number 3000. This was the manual work we were doing previously. and then image name, something latest we were used to give. This was our previous work. See this, and this is same. This was our previous work. But now what we are doing, we created one Docker Compose file. Okay, if I do cat, if I okay cat, if I do see, so this how we write everything in a one single file. And to check this, I will just write one command, Docker Compose config. This is the command to check that my Docker file is right or wrong. I put enter. Yeah, it is showing the exact same. It is showing this. If see, getting to check the my Docker Compose file, whatever I had written here, it is right. To check that, I just put a command Docker Compose config. Okay, this is the command to check our Docker Compose file, and it is given the exact replica for that, and which means our Docker Compose is right. Getting how I check my Docker Compose is right or wrong? I will show you one more condition. I will show you one more condition. Just I'm clearing the screen, and I'm going Docker inside this file, and I'm just typing instead of service, I'm just putting here service instead of service, I'm just putting service, and I'm just saving it. And again, if I run this Docker Compose config to check the or to verify my Docker Compose file, you can able to see validating home/root additional property service is not allowed. See, it is showing the error. But if I go here and if I change here instead of service, if I do here services and save, and again if I run this command, you can able to see that it is not showing any kind of error. My Docker Compose file is exactly, it is completely right. Getting how I write the Docker Compose for, it is a basic Docker Compose. Now we will create a one high level Docker Compose for our 2-tier application. Okay, it was just a basic Docker file. Getting, guys? Getting? Are you able to understand? Good. Now, sir, as you told that Docker Compose just work like our fan system, that switch the button, it will turn on, switch off, and turn off the button, it will off. So see, now I will just clearing the screen. Now, Docker Compose config used to validate your Docker file. Just write down your book. Docker Compose config is used to validate your Docker file. Now, if I do Docker compose up -d. Now, what this mean by -d? In detached mode, which means it will run in the background. Okay. And if I do here Docker Compose -d and enter, running to network Amazon Q created container starting that my port number 3000 is available or not. Yeah, it is available. And if I go instance, and if I just add port number 3000 and I'm pressing enter, you can able to see my application is up. My application is up. And if I do here Docker Compose down, stop and remove, my application is down. See, it is showing buffering. See, it is showing buffering. It is showing buffering. Just wait for a minute. It will. It is showing buffering. See, na guys, it is showing buffering, which means my application services got down. See, and if I do again Docker Compose up, and if I don't write here -d, I want to show you that how the background, how these application are inside background. See, so this is how the application is writing. Node.js, Node server started, Node app server running on HTTP local. Now it is showing localhost, but our application again up. See, it is up again. So are you able to understand why Docker Compose I am using? In one click, I can able to up my application. In one click, I am able to down my application. Now, are you able to understand how the Docker Compose work? Are you getting any kind of doubt? Those people who are showing me that down thumb earlier when I was showing, when I was teaching the theory, no. Now you are able to understand. Getting? Just give me a likes and hearts. Great. See. And this is the background. Okay. Now how to move from here? See, just put a Control C and you can able to stop. Now, what is the main advantage of using the Docker Compose, guys? You know, whenever whenever I'm doing Docker Compose, and if you see Docker PS, there is no container. And if you see Docker ps hyphen a, there is only the Amazon Q container which is exited. It will directly show you a dead container. It will won't show you a like, it does not need to stop your container. It will show you the dead container directly. Getting? Getting? Now, this was a basic, this was just a basic Docker file we have created, sir. So now we want for our that Flask app, sir, that two-tier Flask app in which there is a backend. In the backend there is a MySQL, in the front end there is a Flask app, sir. Now we want for that. Are you able to understand? Are you getting my voice clear? Okay, great, great, great. Okay, now I'm moving toward that application. CD dot dot to move from one directory. If I do ls cd two tier, I'm just came inside this two tier Flask app, and this is my there is already a docker compose.yaml. Just we will remove this. Okay, just we will remove this, and if you able to see lsc, that docker, that which was a older docker compose which was already present in our file, I just removed it and we will create from the base. Okay, and if I do here docker images, just I am removing these images. As you can see, the image size is large and it will take more space. Docker RMI and the ID for this image to remove the images. This by manual way, or I show you the one hacker. Okay, Docker system prune to remove the dead containers, and if I run this command, and it will remove the application. Great. Okay, so this was the command to just remove the dead, and this was the command to remove just dead containers and the unused image. Okay, it was taught you in the previous session. Okay, now we will create a new Docker Compose file for our this application, which was running on the port number 5000. Which was this was the application which was running on the port number 3000. Now, if I do a refresh, it won't work because the application we make it down. Okay, see. So what I will do, vim Docker Compose dot YAML, YML. Okay, and I'm entering the Docker YAML file. Okay, here what is my first step? To specify the services. Oh, services, services, semicolon, not colon. Okay, able to get first step. Okay, this was my first step to create a services. Now, what is my second step? I need to specify the object. But as you know, this is our application, and our application have the object for MySQL also and for the front also. So that's why I will create a two object here. My first object is MySQL, and my second object, it is in the it is not indented, guys. It is in the service only. It is a service. It is the in indented with service only. Okay, two object I'm creating. MySQL and just a second. Okay, MySQL, and second one is front end. Okay, because in our application there are, we want the two container. Okay, now first we will create entire our MySQL container. See, I will just go up MySQL and put here enter. See, you can see it get automatically indented. And here I want the image. What is my image? MySQL latest. Then what is my second step? I want a container. What is my container name? Container name is MySQL. Okay, then now as you can see here, when we are trying to run our application this using this manual way, we used to specify name of the container is there and the image is there, but also we need to specify the environments also. So that's why I will provide here environments, environment, environment. Okay, and specify the environment. And what environment we want? We want MySQL root password. I'm just copying it, pasting here, colon. What is my root password? Root. Then what is my another environment? MySQL database. I'm just copying it and pasting here, and colon. What is my database? MyDB. Are you able to get this much step? Similarly, we are going as in the my second step, I need to specify the networks. Networks, what is my network? That is my net. This is the name of my network. Getting? Now, using the Docker Compose, it will automatically create our network. We don't need to specify Docker network create my net. We did not need to specify this command. We will specify here networks and my net, and it will automatically create the network. Now, what is second? What is next thing I want? Volumes. Need to persist our data. Networks, next is volume. And how we specify the volume? MySQL data, which is our entity name, colon, slash var slash lib slash MySQL. Are you able to get what I had done now? I just specified the networks and the volume. Take it. Okay. Good. See. Okay. So service, in the service, I created a two object, MySQL object and front end object. Now I'm entirely creating the MySQL. So image, I specify the MySQL latest, container name was MySQL, environment was MySQL root password, which is root, and MySQL. Where I did get? From this command. We are used to run manually only. Okay. Then networks, I specify my net. And what is this hyphen means? This hyphen show the string. If like, see, Docker like this is only the one, this is only the what happened, guys? Okay, listen, I'm just not sharing this screen, I'm just telling you why you specify, why, what is this, what do you mean by this string, this hyphen here, this, why it is in yellow color, what is this it means, and why we didn't give for MySQL and MySQL database, and why we are giving for networks and volume. So basically this hyphen means a number of list, it is used for the list. See, this is our two-tier application, but in the industry there are various applications, like 5-tier, 6-tier application is there. Okay, so all these applications are in the different networks, are in the different volumes. That's why we need to specify the list of the things, and that's why I given here hyphen. Okay, so in the interviewer, if ask you why you use hyphen mynet in the Docker volume, or the why you do the hyphen in providing the network, so just tell them it is used to show the list of the things. There are the list of MySQL, there are the list of the networks, or the list of the volume. That's why using that hyphen over there. Okay, getting, guys? Just give me a thumb if you are getting. Great. Crazy. Now, I specify the volumes. Now, what is my next term? I need to specify the ports. Which ports it is running. Ports is also PORTs. Port is also kind of list, so that's why. And it is written inside a double quotation. 3306 colon 3306. So this is the rule for specifying the ports inside the Docker Compose. Okay. Now, otherwise you will ask me, sir, you told for them there is a interview question, but for ports, why you specify in the double quotation? So it is the rule for Docker Compose also. Whoever created a Docker Compose. Okay, ports. Now I want to restart always. If my container fails to start, restart always. Are you able to understand? Are you able to understand? Okay. Okay. So by this, I just completed my SQL configuration. So this is the configuration. This is used to create your MySQL Docker Compose. Okay. Just write down this, and then we will move to create our front end object. Okay. Just write down this. Okay. Have you written down? Okay. It is getting interesting. The session is getting interesting now. Yeah. Just show me the. Just give me the hearts and thumbs. Like, by seeing your hearts and thumb, I'm able to get motivated, and I'm able to give you, and I'm able to take you more deep inside the second content. Okay. You won't find this on YouTube or anywhere, guys. Trust me. Trust me. At a beginner, when I had started this, I had a very issue, but I learned, and I'm teaching you guys. Okay. Yes. So this is for our this is basically for our MySQL. Now we will create a for our front end. Okay. So I will come inside the front end object. See, here I am right now. front end object. And if I do here press enter, I'm inside my front end object. Here I want a image. And what is my image name? I guess it was a front latest. Okay. Now where this image come? We create a Docker file. If I do here Docker images, you can able to see there is a image front. And this image was created using the Docker file. That's why the concept of Docker file is very much important, because we can run our container in various way, but to create a container image, we require a Docker file. So I guess you are able to create your own Docker file and run your application inside a Docker container. Okay, great, great, great. Okay, now, so this was my image, and inside the image, I will just put a container name again, container name, and okay, containers, just check the spelling for container. Many time I just put a wrong space, UNT. Okay, container. Okay. Great. Container name, and the name of my container, I will give what name I will give? I will give my app. Our favorite name is my app only, and it is inside a colon, semicolon. It is a string, no? That's why it is a semicolon I am providing. Now, second is to specify the environment. If you see here, see, I specify the name and I specify the image. Now, what is our next work? Used to specify this environments. So, just copying this environment word from here and pasting over here. Check out the indentation, guys. Okay, it must be in the front end panel. Okay, environment. And what is my first environment? I need to give a MySQL host. And it will enter. Now, what is this MySQL host? See, the container name, MySQL, and it is the MySQL host. Okay. Just here, there should be colon space. Great. Now, second environment is MySQL user. Copy, paste. How simply we are creating the compose file. And here should be colon, guys. There should be not equal to, guys. Okay, just keep remember. Now, third environment is like there are four environments. One environment, second environment, third environment, four environment. And the four environment is, I'm just copying here. And the password is root. And last is MySQL DB. And if I put here enter, and what is my MySQL DB? MyDB. Okay, are you able to understand this? I just provided all the four environments for my front end. Getting? Are you able to understand? I just provided four environments for my front end. Good, good, good. Okay. Now, as we know, in the front end, we not need any kind of volume. We just need a network. Just I will give you a network. Networks and hyphen my net. Okay. See, the network here and the network here are both are the same, which means the project belong to the one family. The project belong to the one house. So that only whenever they are belonging to one house, they will able to communicate with each other. Getting? Just give a like. Good, good, good. Great. So networks and mynet is here. Now, we did not require any kind of volume. Just I'm giving a ports. Port is uh, port is at which port now it's running 5,000, I guess. Yeah, port number 5,000. Our application is serving. Now, I want now see what now what's the main problem here, or what's the little glitch here? Earlier, our MySQL, see, whenever I'm using this command, I used to run this command first, and then I'm used to run this command. Okay, which means I want my MySQL should be run earlier, and then my front end must be run. Okay, that's why there is a one tag known as the depends. Okay, and it depends on where it is depend. Just a minute. If I able to see here how to provide a depend tag. Okay. So where it is depend, it depend on MySQL. Okay. Now this MySQL is not this MySQL. This is this object name. Okay, don't get confused. Or I will just write here. Just a second. I will just give your MySQL one, and this depends on MySQL one. It will depend on this object name. Getting, which means in Hindi we can say मेरा SQL पहले बनना चाहिए then my front end. Getting, मेरा SQL का कंटेनर पहले रन करना चाहिए और उसके बाद मेरा फ्रंट एंड का. ओके, या great. So depends on MySQL, and then depends on MySQL, and we need to restart it also. Restart. If our this front end container fails, we'll just do restart always. See, I'm writing the code, guys. This is the code. This we in the DevOps we call this as a code, and you are writing that something variables, functions, and all. Are you able to find this? How easy this code is? Instead of using that variables and function, that array. Okay, are you able to get? See, so restart always. I'm not targeting or making fun of anyone. Just I'm saying I started my coding journey in my engineering, and I was just coming across arrays, and again I was starting to hello world, print hello world. Okay, so everyone, it happens with everyone. So that's why I just I don't want this coding and all. I will just shift my entire career. Okay, so I got as a pumpkin DevOps then. Okay, great. So here we cleared our front end. Here we just written down our front end compose file also. Okay, but how to end this file? To end this file, you need to go outside this service in the service layer. See my if you able to see here, this is my director, and it is able to. I'm in the service panel. And how to finish? I need to specify networks and volume outside this object also. See, this is my object. I'm just outside the object, which means I'm in the service field. And here I will specify networks. Okay, I'm putting here space. Okay, networks. And what is my network? My net. Here I won't give any kind of this hyphen. See, my network, networks, my net, and similarly for volumes also. Means our Docker Compose will able to know that I need to create these volumes and networks first, and then I need to run this application. Okay, I will explain you one more time. Don't worry. That is MySQL data. Cool. See, after writing everything, we need to specify externally volumes and the networks. To specify volumes and the network, just similar here, I used to specify volumes. Here we'll also use to specify same name volumes, and I won't give here any kind of this hyphen. I will just write the entity name and colon. Similarly for networks also, specify the networks, and I will just write the name of the network and colon. It used to specify outside the object. See, I'm outside the object. If you're able to say, I'm in the service field. Are you able to get? Are you able to understand? Okay, this is the syntax for our compose. Like whenever you are specifying any kind of volume or any kind of network, just specify it outside the object also, so that Docker will be able to understand that, oh, we need to create first Docker volume and Docker network. That command we are using, that manual command, Docker compose, Docker volume create, and Docker network create one. So it will automatically create first volume and network, and it will use that volume and network in our Docker compose file. Are you able to understand? Okay. Okay. Now, what I will do, I will just copy this entire thing. Shit. Okay. Just a second. I'm just minimizing the screen, and I'm just copying this entire thing, and I will just paste in the chat. Okay. So you can able to take this. Just copy it and save it in your notepad or anywhere. Okay. Getting? Are you able to understand how I write the Docker for multi-tier application? If imagine if there was one more for backend also, so same, using the same step, I will just create a 3 object: MySQL, one front end and backend. And as you know, uh, uh, first there should be create what first there should be MySQL should be create, then backend should be create, then front end should be create. So what I will do first, I will write MySQL object, then backend object, then front end object. And in the backend object, I will do depends on MySQL, and in the front end, I will do depends on that backend object name. Getting? But we will won't go that much deep inside it. This is very like 3-tier application and 4-tier application will be help you for the experienced people who have experience for 4 to 6 years. Okay. 2-tier application, are you able to understand? Just tell me. 2-tier application, are you able to understand? Na? Okay. If possible, I will just if anyone of you have the 3-tier application, anyone of you have developed any application for 3-tier, just ping me on my LinkedIn, and we'll just have a Docker Compose session on only on 3-tier application. That okay. Don't get confused. Are you able to understand this code? Whatever I'm teaching you right now, are you able to understand this? Just give a heart and life. Okay. Okay. That much is enough. Okay. For any application, you need to write for any 2-tier application. These are the steps to create a Docker Compose file. Now, I'm saving the file and just I'm clearing the screen. And what was our command to check that what was our command? Oh, okay, you want to see that I just pasted over here now, guys. See, I just pasted over here. If you want, you just copy this. You can copy. Okay. We'll just move forward. Okay. Now, what was my command to validate my Docker Compose? It was Docker Compose config. Okay. See, it is showing some error that services front end additional property depends not allowed. See, depends is not allowed. So I have written something depend. Okay. So what I will do, I will just go here VIM, and inside depends, I will just do depends on. Okay, I will just depend on. Okay, or I depend. Okay, just I will check with depend, or other I need to search for it. Okay. And if I do Docker Compose config, no, it is showing depend is not. Just a wait, guys. Just I'm checking for it. Just I'm checking. Okay, okay, okay. So happens. It happens like sometimes we forgot some variable depends :on. So this is the command to show the depends on. And if I do here enter, just a second, I will show you one more time. And if I do Docker Compose config, yeah, it is showing, it is validating. Okay. So what was the error? That depends on is the command to show the depends. Okay. Okay. Just write down these changes. I am just showing you one more time. Okay. See, just make the changes. Instead of depends, you need to specify the depends on. Okay. I'm just zooming out the screen. And please write, or I will view this entire new. Just paste in the chat. Okay. Okay. Which means my Docker Compose is ready now. Can we run? Okay. So Docker Compose up -d. This is the command to make your service up. Enter. Running 4 of 4. Volume. See, network 2-tier flask created. Volume attached. Container MySQL and container MyApp is ready. If I do here Docker PS, it is restarting. See, it is restarting. Why it is restarting? Basically, it is checking for my Docker, my SQL is ready or not. And it is up now. See, initially it was restarting. Why it was restarting? Because it required MySQL should run before it. That's why I have written here restart always. Getting? Be smart. Be little smart. We need to restart it. That's why I put their command restart always. And if able to see it was restarting automatically. And now it is up. So, sir, if I go, where is my that? Oh, I'm a little confused. Here. And if I do here, guys, just what to say? Just give thumb, heart. Um, uh, in the words of Kariminati, what we say? Fake ke maro ho. Maybe terrorists will be there. They will fake. They will take me out from here. Okay. Just give a like and hearts. Are you able to see how I created Docker Compose and how my Docker Compose get up and entire thing got worked? Now, if I do Docker exec hyphen it MySQL uh, bin slash dash MySQL hyphen u root hyphen p root use mydb show tables select star from just a second. Okay, just I will just writing here some message and we will just down and up the application again. Cause our network was created new, na, so that's why our old configuration got deleted. Okay, hi. And if I do here again MySQL and root, and if I use my DB, and if I select start from messages, it is showing hi, hello guys. Hey guys, please wait a minute. Don't type any message right now. And if I do exit, exit, and if I do Docker compose down, my application is got down now. Okay, I'm just clearing the screen, and again I'm upping my application Docker compose up hyphen d. Okay, started. Okay, now the volume it is already created, and if I do Docker ps, okay, up and ready, it is moving. And if I do that command Docker exec one, oh, now now our IDs are different. I'm just taking this new ID, and whenever you restart your container, container ID get changed. Enter, and okay, my SQL hyphen u root hyphen p root and use my DB, show tables, select star from messages and enter. See guys, hello guys, great Sergi, Carry Minati. So see, before downing my application, guys, wait, please don't rush over here, otherwise container will be get crash. See, these two were message initial there, and these two message have persist their record. Now, earlier when we created our volume, there I was written that we will check our this volume after creating a Docker compose. Now, why that message got entirely deleted? Because for this application, the Docker compose has created a fresh volume. Okay. Now, whenever I will now see, I'm just exiting. Okay, just a second. Just I am going opening a new tab. DevOps. Just a minute. I'm just opening a new tab. I'm just connecting with the same instance. This is the same instance. And if you say here Docker PS, you can able to see about a minute ago it is up. And if I do Docker compose down, it will okay. CD to tier. If I do here Docker compose down, okay, it will just stop everything. Okay, just it is stopping and it is stopped. And if I do Docker compose up, I am not giving any hyphen d on it. I'm just showing you the background terminal backend. See, in the backend, it is restarting the container. It is restarting the container, and after that, see, my application is ready to serve. So see, initially it was running my MySQL container, and then afterward, MySQL once MySQL gets run, and it is just running my front end container. Okay. And if I now just type a message, no, don't type a message. Just I'm showing you here. And if I do, okay, it is just exited me, na? Okay, if I again, I will just go enter here. You can able to see my data is got persistent. Basically, my data is showing the persistence. See, it is running. It is working. HTTP BAT request. Now, if you are using simultaneously, it will collapse, guys. It container will be crash. Okay. Hi, hello, great Sarji. See how many men. We the something something. Don't guys, don't abuse anything, please. Okay, great. I'm just stopping the container. Are you able to get Docker Compose? Are you able to understand Docker Compose? This Docker Compose is for the people who have the experience of up to 4 to 5 years in DevOps. Okay. Initially, we run manually only, but it is like experienced people. And see how easily you code a YAML file and you write down the Docker Compose. Getting? Now, getting? Now, now talking about the Docker multi-stage file. Okay. Just a wait. I will just close this terminal. And my application is in the down stage now. Okay, my application is down now, so it is buffering. Now, before starting the multi-stage, okay, first thing, multi-stage use for those application whose size is so big. Okay, like big in the size mean, like in the industry, there are the very big size applications are there, like up to the 1 TB, more than terabyte. How are you able to get na terabytes and all that? Okay, and the multi-staging is for those people who have the uh, experience of where the dependencies, where the files is getting stored in the Docker file. Okay, which means as I told you now, inside a volume, it is mounting on some specific path. As I shown you, Docker inspect that volume name, and it was mounting our entity was mounting our entire files on some given kind of path, that is /var/lib. Okay, we are knowing this path only, but for the multi-stage, we need to know various kind of path. Okay, and learning those path is very difficult. Like, see. If I do here cd/ls, this is some kind of configuration, and you can able to see here is /var. If I do cd/cd_var, and if I do here ls, there is something again, backup, cache, something again. If I do here lib, cd lib, there is, if I do here ls, there is again something. So there are directory inside the directory, and we are unable to learn these all the directory. And for the Docker multi-staging, we initially required to learn this directory. Why? Because in the multi-stage, our main motive is to reduce the size of our application. Okay. Now you will say, sir, the main motive is to reduce the size of application. Then why are you telling us about this directory and this path? Because in the Docker multi-stage, we will create a two-stage. In first stage, we will install all the dependencies, and those dependencies will be installed in such path, in such kind of paths, temp, TP, TMP, or such kind of something path, it will get installed. And inside the second multi-stage, I will show you a live demonstration, don't worry. Okay, and after installing that first step, after doing that first step, we will call that first step, whatever we dependency install, we will call that install dependency into our second step, and we will create one Docker file or a Docker image. Okay, sir, we are not able to getting understand. Please teach us practically. Okay, but when I will try to run that image, it will show me an error. Okay, guys. Whenever I will try to run that image, that the multi-stage image, it will show me an error because it is for the well-experienced people. Okay, so if you are unable to get that Docker multi-staging, don't worry, but I will teach you how you can reduce the size of the multi-stage. See now, okay, just don't get confused. Don't get confused. I am just going to my home directory. Clear. Okay. we'll just use our which project can we use? Two-tier Flaskcat. It is for already with that. We just use our Amazon Q project. Just I will check. Okay. Instead of using the Amazon Q, I will use this simple node tracking web app. Okay. This is project we are going to use LS. Okay. So uh, now see, in the industry, as we are a fresher, we are a beginner, we will use the Docker file only. Okay. Getting? Just give me a thumb. Are you getting? We create a Docker file, and from the Docker file, we will create a Docker image and Docker container. Okay. And now I am teaching you a Docker multi-stage. It is not more convenient to use in the industry until and unless you have that level of experience. Getting the guys? So be good with your Docker file only. Okay. But now what I will do, just I will VIM and I will just let's check this that time. Okay. Mm, okay, this was a project for that. I'm just removing this Docker file. Okay, before removing, just a minute. VIM Docker file. Okay, just a second, guys. That day, if you remember, this was our first project, and we have created uh, this kind of Docker file. Okay, this was our Python project, and just a second, I'm just editing it. Actually, I was trying it in the morning, but as I told you, it required a much more experience. And sorry, guys, I don't carry that experience of entire files and folder. That's why for I'm giving at my best. Okay, just check. If you won't am able to understand, uh, just forget it. There is Docker multistage or anything. Eventually, when you deep dive into the Docker, you will able to get. Okay, just have patience. See, so this was our normal Docker file. Stage one was the base image. Then in the stage two, we created one slash app. And in the stage three, we create a dependency file. We'll copy entire thing and we'll run entirely. Everything we will run. And this is used to run the dependencies. Then we'll expose to port number 5000 and we'll just use the Python 3 manage.py. Okay. Are you able to get this was the basic Docker file that we have created. Okay. Now, and now you guys also able to create the Docker file. Okay. What I will do, first I will create one image. Okay. For that, I will just remove this all image first. Docker RMI, this 1 GB image I will remove. Oh, sorry. Just a minute. I'm just removing the unused image now. An unused container. Okay, and now Docker RMI, remove this, and I want to remove this also. And MySQL also is not in the use now. Okay, we'll just remove this kind of images from our system so that we will get an entire space. Okay, now I'm just building the image. This is the normal. I'm just building a normal Docker file right now, and I will show you what's the difference between a multi-stage and the normal Docker file. Okay, so Docker build -t my app dot, or yeah, we'll just my app dot. Okay. Okay, as in my system, there already the Python 3.9 image was present, so it will just use that image and just it is creating the normal Docker file. It is just I am creating a normal Docker file. Okay, and now after this, we will create a multi-stage Docker file. Okay, this is the normal Docker file, and if I do here Docker images, you can able to see my app and whose image size is 1.12 GB. This is the size for my specific image, like for my initial image. Now we will create a multi-stage. How we will create a multi-stage? I am just going here, VIM. Okay. Now inside the Docker file. Now how I am creating a multi-stage? First step, as I told you, whenever there is a, whenever I start my Docker, whenever there is a from, it is our stage or it is our step from to start the Docker file. So I start a from, and I will give this as a name. This image as a name. I'm just giving this image as name builder, or we can give, I will give a Swayam as a name, which means this Python is Swayam now, or this is base image. On the, at that base image, I'm the folder Are you able to get understand what I'm saying? This is my Python base, and I'm giving it as a name Swayam or any name. We will give a DevOps. I'm giving it a name first. First step, and entire Docker file is same. We are just editing our Docker file into the multi-state Docker file. Okay. Oh, have a patience. Have a patience. Have a patience. Have a patience. In the first stage, we required a base image, and I have given the image, this image as a name DevOps. Getting? I have given that image name as a DevOps. First step, I had done this. Then my second step is same. I need to create one working directory that is /app. Then I need step 3 to copy entire code from my instance to my Docker file. Then I'm just running the dependencies. Now, after running the dependency, here begin the multi-stage. I'm just zooming the screen. Multi-stage starts. Okay. And whenever the multi-stage start, you want one different image. So I am using from same Python, because it is our new base image now, from Python uh, 3.9 Slim. I'm using this image. Okay. See, in this first step, it will install all the dependencies inside this /app. Okay. And the /app present inside the base image Python, whose name is now DevOps. Getting, getting, getting the story, getting the flow, getting the flow. Why? What these steps means before this multi-stage start? These steps are used to install all the dependency, because by default our dependencies are taking the much space. Our dependency will take, because there are the many dependencies which will take a space in GB and TB. Okay, so that's why we are installing entire dependencies in this base image and giving it as a name DevOps. That's why initially I mentioned this my Python 3.9 as a DevOps. Now in the multi-stage, I am using the Python 3.slim, or you can use the Python 3.9. See, what is the difference between Python 3.9, Python 3.slim, and Python 3.alpine? Python 3.9 is the big image and have the less securities. Python 3.slim, it is a little small image and having the uh, uh, more securities. And Python Alpine, it is not a small image, but it is having the good security and best securities. Okay, getting just the difference of the securities there. Security reasons. Okay, nothing much. It just had a tags. Okay, so what was my first step? I just given the name DevOps and work directory. This steps was my as usual. Now in the multi-stage, when I start a multi-stage, I am giving the I am starting a new stage, that is from, and taking a new image as Python 3.9 Slim. Now inside this, I will create a new working directory. Create new work dir. Okay, so what is work dir? Same work dir /app2. Okay, so this is my old working directory and this is my new working directory. Now I want to copy entire whatever this working directory was having, entire into this working directory. So what I will do? Okay, getting the second step was in the multi-stage, I created a second working directory. Okay, as a working directory too. Same step, guys. Same step I am doing. See, from work directory, here also from work directory, and taking the copy. Now how we will copy? Copy, or copy hyphen from. And what is from? That is from this DevOps. Inside the DevOps, as we given this image name as DevOps, from this DevOps, whatever having in /app, just copy into the /app2. See, from DevOps, whatever having inside this DevOps /app, copy everything inside the /app2, which means whatever the dependencies are installed earlier in this /app, it will be get copied into my new directory. Getting? Okay, getting? Good. Now, I will just expose here. Expose is everything. I am just exposing it. And now second step after expose or before, or we can copy or by chance we can copy entire code also. Okay, dot. This means I am just copying. If anything remain on my instance and forgot to copy here, it will copy it will be copied into my new image also. Okay, no worry with it. That's why I'm giving dot dot. If you don't give this, no worry. If you just comment out this, no worry with that. But I'm just giving it. Okay, getting this is the main step in the multi-stage. This step is the main, and here only we need to specify the specific folder, because entire dependencies are stored in the particular type of folder. Getting guys? Getting guys? What I used to say. Okay, now see, I will show you. If you see here, and if you see a Docker multi-stage here, see, it is showing hyphen hyphen from hyphen usr local lib python 3.9 site packages. Inside these, all the dependencies are stored. And then you, now how you will able to understand, or how you will be able to learn this, it is depends on your experience. However your experience get big day by day, you are able to get everything. Okay, that's why I was saying that in the multi-stage you need to learn about that files and folders, where the files and folders will be saved. Okay, getting? Okay, so if you won't understand this multi-stage concept, no worry. I'm just giving as a bonus topic for you. Okay, that day one student and that day one intern just commented, "Sir, please teach us multi-stage also." That's why I'm teaching you multi-stage. Okay, getting? See now, you only see how you will just copy this, copy. Work is same. It is just creating the image, and we have to run that image. The work is same. Okay. Okay, great. Now, and exposed to the port number 5000 and the CMD. Okay, getting? Now I will run this image. Saving the image, and I'm running the image. Docker build -t my app 2. I'm giving it name as a my app 2 and dot, and put in the enter. Now see. Okay, successfully image tag and created. Now see guys, now see the magic. Clear. Docker images, enter. See the size difference. This is my app whose size was 1.12 GB. This is my app 2 whose size is 129 MB. Are you able to see the difference? And that's why we are using the multi-stage Docker file. Okay, getting? If I try to run this image, I will just check. Okay, if I try to run this image, this is my node, simple node app, which means it is running on port number 5000. Docker docker run -d -p. I'm not giving the container name. Port number 5000. It will just automatically take its it will be random. It will take a random name for our container, and my app 2 latest. I'm just running the container. Okay, and if I do here docker p, it will probably get exited. Yeah, see, I told you it is not live, it is get exited. Docker ps -a. If you see here, it is get exited, and if I check its log, why it is getting exited? If I check its logs, you can able to see it is saying that in the /app2 manage.py line is not getting. He is not getting this flask or import flask. So that's why the file and the folder knowledge is much needed. And if अगर मुझे वो knowledge होता, वो file and folder का knowledge होता, and in that folder I will specify that copy from this specific folder and run, so I will able to so that I can able to run this application. Okay. For specific knowledge, I have a knowledge for the Java based application. Basically, when I was learning, I found that the Java based application used to store their dependencies in jar file in the Maven format, and they use the part like /var. Just I'm telling you, just a minute. They use the path like /app/target star.java. They are using this kind of path, something /app/target/star.java. So in such kind of files and folder, they used to store their dependencies, and once the dependencies get by our second multi-stage file, it will run automatically. Are you able to understand, guys? So that's why multi-stage required the year of experience. Okay, but at my best I told you how to reduce the size. Okay, if you want to deep dive into it, you can search on Google, you can search, you can refer any book for dockerization, you can go through there. Okay, but you can able to see, if I do here Docker images, if I do here Docker images, I just show you a reduced size. See, this is 3 minutes ago, and this is what is showing none. None is that our Python 3.9 image. Okay, if we delete this, I can delete this automatically. Docker, um, Docker remove, and this image. No need of this image. This is none because it is in the multi-stage format. And if I do here Docker images again, you can able to see this is the 129, which I reduced the size from 1.12 GB. See the difference. So similarly, in the big industry, in there are the various skilled Docker experts and there are Docker administrator who are using this multi-stage to reduce their size of DB into the GB or the MBs. Getting? Are you getting, guys? Now, we have 15 minutes more. I would like to tell you about the Docker Hub. Getting? Are you getting interested? This is the last topic for our Docker, and our Docker will be finished. We complete a tool as a Docker, and you guys need to practice, and you can able to create the application, your own application, and use to deploy it on the production using the Docker. I hope you got this tool, and this is the very much important tool in the DevOps. Whenever you apply for any company, you can able to see their requirement qualification they use for the cloud, and they use for the continuous deployment, continuous integration, Jenkins and Docker. It is always specified there. Containerization, the word is specified there, containerization. If like who are in the clouds and the DevOps field. Okay, now guys, I am just want to tell you about the Docker Hub. Just like a GitHub is used to store the codes. Okay, similarly, Docker is used to store the images. Sir, what do you mean by images? Sir, there are some, these are my images, and this is my app, which is my main image. Sir, I want to store this image inside my Docker Hub. Okay, I'm taking to my Docker Hub. So this is the Docker Hub. Simple. Go and search for the Docker Hub on the web, or you can just go here and search here Docker Hub. You can able to see such kind of Docker Hub. Just go here. And you need to sign up. I will sign in, and yes, sign in, and yeah, continue. Yeah, it is taking me to my Docker Hub. See how many images. Now I was working, so these are my kind of images. Now you won't able to get. There are various images. I've worked on these many projects. See, 42 to 45 projects I have just practiced or worked. These are my practice and work. Now, once you go, you will be able to see such kind of platform, and you are able to see your username. Okay. Now, what we need to do, sir, we need to push our image from my local. This is my local. This is my instance, is my local, from my system to the this Docker Hub. Okay. So what I will do, I required a secret key or a secret token. Just like that encryption and decryption type kind of secret key and secret. We learn in the blockchain technology, we learn that cryptography and secret key and secret tokens. We need to specify the tokens. Okay. So what I will do, I will just put my profile here, and in the account setting, I will go. Just write down the step. First step, what I done, I just go on, click on my profile here, and went to the account setting, and it will show you like this account settings. Okay. Inside the account setting, there is you can see personal access token. I will just click here, personal access token. See, now there are the various tokens are there present over here. Then after clicking the personal access token, I am repeating the steps. Once you enter your Docker Hub, go on your profile at the right most corner, then go on the account settings. You will be able to see this kind of interface. Inside, you can able to see the personal access token. Click here and generate a new token, and just give a name. What will give a name? RCAP 3. Okay, just I'm giving the random name. Expiration date, yes, I want after 30 days to expire, and optional read, write, and delete. Okay, and see, I'm generating the token now. Getting? I'm just generating the token, and see, it gives you to use the access token from the Docker Hub CLI. First run this. Okay, use to login. Whenever you will whenever you will create a account, you will get this login kind of system stuff here, and I will just copy it and I will just paste over here. Okay. Now it will ask for password, and I will just copy this password and paste over here. It is paste. It will not show you there because password is crypted. As it is, as I told you, it is in the block technology type. It is crypted, and enter. Login succeed. Okay. So will you able to log in your instance with the Docker Hub, guys? Just give me hearts and likes. Okay, simple step. I created access token, and access token. Then I just run the 2 command. Now see, I'm just moving back here, and I am going to my profile here. And inside my profile, there was the image. You can see last updated on the 10 days ago. Swam Nation. Okay, so now if I do here Docker images, we won't push these images as it is. We won't unable to push. I'm pushing this my app image. Okay, so first step, you need to tag your image. So how you will tag Docker tag? What is to whom tag? This my app tag with your username. What is my username? My username is if you are able to see, Swayam Nakshan is my username. So Docker tag app Swayam Nakshane / my app. I am tagging my image as a latest. Okay. Oh, sorry, it is shown the error because here is a colon, not semicolon. Colon. Enter. If I do here Docker Docker images, you are able to find this is my image now present over here. Now the tag image I need to push on my Docker Hub. So Docker push and the image name, and the tag of the image is latest. Enter. It is pushing. See, it is pushing. Okay, wait a while. Okay, latest push digest. See, digest. Now what is this digest and what is this, guys? I will tell you. This is so interesting topic. This SHA 256 means I will come over there, and if I do here refresh, see, I am able to push my image here. See, so I am Nakshan my app less than a minute.